Facebook's giving $90 million to mainstream media networks in order to create original content that is streamed exclusively on Facebook, and it's all kicking off this coming Monday, July 16th. If you saw yesterday's video, you'll know that YouTube is paying $25 million to mainstream media networks and pretend news channels in order to produce content for YouTube to flood the platform with liberal propaganda. And Facebook is doing the same thing, but upping the ante and spending almost $100 million. Facebook's first wave of funded news shows will debut July 16th, with more on the way. Facebook's multi-million-dollar investment in news programming from brand-name TV networks and digital media companies will go live next week, and the social giant has announced another half-dozen news shows that it's funding. Starting Monday, July 16th, programming from CNN, Fox News, Univision, ABC, and others will be featured in a dedicated news section in Facebook Watch, its recently launched video platform for episodic programming. The first lineup of shows from news publishers include those from ABC News, Advanced Local, ATTN, CNN, Fox News, Mike Quartz, and Univision. Over the course of the next few months, Facebook will bring out additional news shows from ABC-owned stations, Bloomberg, BuzzFeed News, McClatchy, Group 9 Media's Now This, and Tegna. And guess which is the only Fox News show that's going to be streaming on Facebook's new feature? It's Fox News Update with host Shepard Smith. If you're not familiar with Shepard Smith, he's on during the daytime and belongs on CNN, but I think Fox News is afraid to fire him, maybe out of concern that he'll sue them for discrimination because, well, let's just say that him and Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon have a lot in common. In fact, Gizmodo is actually quite upset that even one little Fox News show, hosted by their never-Trump host, Shepard Smith, has been included in the lineup. Still reeling, at least in reputation, but certainly not in financial success from the 2016 presidential election, Facebook is launching its own slate of news shows, produced and funded by the social network in partnership with trustworthy news organizations. The lineup, which launches next week, features a whole lot of Fox News, they say. A whole lot. It's one show of Shepard Smith. The inclusion and even highlighting of Fox News, a network notorious for showcasing hosts and guests who make misleading and outright false claims, is just the latest result of Facebook's permanent position between a rock and a hard place when it comes to conservative views. They're literally calling Fox News fake news. Anderson Cooper is going to be hosting a show titled Full Circle 5 days a week on Facebook that covers stories that are supposedly voted on as the most important by people on Facebook. Get it? Because his cable show is called Anderson Cooper 360, so his Facebook show is Anderson Cooper Full Circle. To be clear, they're not streaming his CNN show. This is a totally new show exclusively for Wastebook. Here's an article about this from 2 months ago, saying that Facebook then was in the process of courting publishers to create daily and weekly news shows, offering budgets that range from $5 million to $10 million annually for daily shows, and from $1 to $2 million for weekly series. An initial slate of roughly 6 shows will reportedly kick off this summer. Now they're kicking off on Monday and run for a year, under the tutelage of Campbell Brown, formerly of CNN, who was named the head of the News Partnerships Division at Facebook in January 2017. The New York Times pegged Campbell Brown's total budget for the operation at $90 million. For people with a fan page or a professional page like mine, as you probably know by now, they severely limit the distribution of our status updates. And so if I just wanted to post a status update of Facebook sucks, I could click publish and it would only go to a very small fraction of the 500,000 people or so who are following my page. Or I could boost the post, and then it takes me to this page where it has me select the audience of, oh yes, people who like your page. Yes, I want people who like my page to see my post. That's why I'm posting it. But of course, they want me to pay, and then they have down here the budget. How much do you want to pay? And then it shows for $10, they'll distribute it to an extra 840 people to 2,800 people. Oh, wow, let's see what we could do for $100. Then it'll be to 6,700 people to 28,000 people. For $1,000, then it'll reach maybe 98,000 people, between 20,000 and 98,000. This is for one simple status update. $1,000 to reach 1/5 of the people who are following my page. So it's obvious these big tech companies are gearing up for the midterm elections in order to suppress our messages from spreading organically through social media and instead pump as much liberal propaganda onto the platforms as physically possible. And let's not forget that Facebook actually admits that they did experiments on hundreds of thousands of users to see if they could manipulate the voter turnout for the 2010 midterm elections, and they concluded that they could have a dramatic effect. Oh, and here's a fun fact for you guys. Yesterday's video about YouTube paying $25 million to mainstream media networks and liberal YouTubers to flood it with liberal propaganda was, of course, demonetized the moment that I uploaded it and it got done processing. Now, in the future, it'll have some advertisements on it because I submitted it for a manual review, but the problem is, as many of you may know, the videos get their views within the first 18 hours. So YouTube will say, oh, well, it's monetized. We monetized it after everybody watched it. So big thanks to all you guys who support this channel because, as you know, it's getting crazier every day. If you guys enjoy these videos, I hope you'll support the channel by clicking some of the links in the description below. Go get one of my books on Amazon.com or go to MarkDice.com, my online t-shirt store. Check out some of the cool designs over there. Appreciate all you guys who tip me through Patreon and PayPal. Your support, no matter how small, is greatly appreciated. So thanks again. Check back tomorrow for a new report, and I will see you soon.